Hi, Dana.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm just chilling. I'm glad to have a chance to ask you these 5 questions in this interview.
Same here, I'm very happy to be here.
Okay. So, um, I don't really know you like that, but I would say, what would you say is the worst things that happen while living in Oakland? What's the major problems, and elaborate on those problems living in Oakland?
The most worst things that's happened to me in Oakland, um, oh my God, I can just really elaborate to that. Excuse me, elaborate to that. Um, One thing, there's so many. I've been robbed and jumped on AC Transit, and AC Transit really didn't do nothing about it. That was back in January 7th of this year. And I was just minding my own business. I, was, I went to a school with this girl, and she's in jail as we speak. And I wasn't really too fond of her. She wasn't really fond of me. Get on the bus, and her family and her decide to set me up, and we are in front of Eastmont Mall. And she take my purse, and I fought back. And I was really distraught and really mad because I was supposed to take my goddaughter to the doctors because she was sick, and I had my Social Security card and hers and everything, important documents, Christmas money and stuff, all in there, and I was hecka mad. So that's one thing I don't like living in Oakland. It's the crime, that and the crime rate, and people, just doing stupid things on in the street. Um, it is, I would, Oakland to me is one of the highest crime rates in California, because it's people just don't know how to act. Like, people think it's, a place where you can just do anything you want until something really happens to you, and then you really learn your lesson. I've had people getting shot in front of me. My brother got killed back in '08, and by walking down the street, and people thought it was mistaken identity, that he was someone else, and they just shot him. So it's hard. It's not an area I would want to live in.
What are the best things about living in the Bay Area?
Um, well, San Francisco is the Bay. The Golden Gate Bridge is kind of one of the landmarks that I would say in the Bay Area. Um, there's a lot of resources, a lot of fun if you look in the right areas. They have nice, um, how would I say, nice homes, nice areas to live, to have a career, to start your own life. If you looking for a place where you're not used to, like as for me, I came from Romania, which is all the way in Europe, and I came to the United States when I was 4, and I lived in the Bay Area since I was 4, to Castro Valley, to Hayward, to Oakland. Um, it's a really interesting because you have a perspective in how, number one, the weather be, and how each Bay Area's environment, and how they're clean, the air, the pollution, and how different cities are run, especially AC Transit.
How do you like to prepare to go out for an evening on the town?
On the town, well, I do know I don't go alone, because especially if it's on the app, even though it's out, one thing I would do want to make sure is I have a way there and back. If I don't know how to get there or how to get back, I'm not gonna go. That's number one. I don't care if I get dressed and get ready. If I don't have a way back or way there that I'm comfortable with, I'm not going. Number two is I always bring my sisters along. And so me and Brandy usually be going, and we always go stick together. And if we go together, we come back together, and we usually, try to look elegant with elegant employees and lady. We don't act ghetto. We don't act like we just in the club like, hey, look at me. We ain't no show-offs. We come in with grace and poise and elegance like we're respectful ladies. And when it comes to eating, people, we don't just be using our fingers. We be using our utensils. And it's how your class is how you bring, it's how you act and how you bring yourself. There's always everywhere you go is you have to act different. Like you act different for school, and then when you go for an interview, you have to act very proper and very professional. As if you go to school, yes, you might use some street slangs like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" But at the an interview, as for interviews, you do, how are you doing, and how's your day? You don't, it's how you say and how you carry yourself. Okay. It's wherever you go.
All right. What are actions of someone who is acting quote unquote ghetto in the club?
In the club? Well, I haven't really been in the club because I'd be so busy with my work. But I know the do's and the don'ts. And the don'ts is for the girls, short dresses. That's with no underclothes underneath. Now that's a big no. That's just like you asking for it. You just asking for it. That's number one. Number two is you're like, "Hey girl, how you doing?" Like Wendy Williams. No, you don't. You just came from the projects. Girl, no, stop that. So number three is how they carry themselves. Like if their hair, sometimes I'll be just looking at the girl's hair and I'll be like, "Oh no, how did your mom raise you up to be that way? Like, where is your class? Where is your intelligence?" Like, I'll be looking at myself and I'm like, I don't even know how I went to Oakland school because they would be so ghetto. And then when people be going to the club, they just don't have no sense at all. Like they just do whatever they want to. They want to has the term have sex with the person right there. They'll just do it. They don't care about themselves. They'll just do it. And if they want to get sloppy drunk there, then that's what they want to do. That they don't care. Then they'll get sloppy drunk. It's just straight ghetto-ness that brings them to where some people don't want to be around them. They'll think that they wouldn't need to go to John George.
I like that answer.
I'm just speaking the real truth.
So what are your number one pet peeves?
My number one pet peeves. God, my number one pet peeves. I would have to say is when someone's okay. I don't like people who are fake. Please, people, if you fake and you wanna and you don't like me, then you don't like me. It's okay, but you don't have to kiss my behind. Cause I ain't gonna do that to you. If I don't like you, I'm gonna say I don't like you. For example, one other day, my sister and I went, and one of her friends said to her, "How come Verdana came along? Why she came along?" But earlier, I had met her, and she said, "Oh, well, it's so good to see you and all that." But then afterwards, she want to go ahead and tell my sister, "How come? Who brought her to Myrna Day?" And my sister said, "I did." And it's a simple fact that you can't say it to my face. So obviously, you being fake and shady. I don't like that. That's my number one pet peeve. If you don't like me, then don't bother. Because I'm going to hurt your feelings. And the truth hurts. You better ask somebody.
Okay, cool.